On est avec Trajal Harrell qui est en résidence ici à Angers, accueilli par le CNDC. Donc on a vu l'année dernière deux spectacles de Trajal Harrell, Mimosa et XS, qui font partie d'un plus grand projet qui s'appelle 20 Looks. Cette année, on va voir également un autre spectacle donc, qui s'intitule Antigone Senior, qui fait également partie de ce projet. Donc Trajal, est-ce que tu peux nous expliquer un petit peu quel est ce projet 20 Looks?
This project has about has seven works in it. They are different sizes, as you kind of said. There's a small, a extra small, a medium known as Mimosa, a junior size, Antigone Junior, the large, which is Antigone Senior, which you see here, a new made-to-measure size, which I will premiere in New York in October, and extra large publication. And they all share the same proposition, which is what would have happened in 1963 if someone from the voguing dance tradition had come down from Harlem to the Greenwich Village to Judson Church to perform alongside the early postmoderns. And this question is kind of a very loaded question, because in the I'd say towards the end of the 1990s, the period of the 60s, the Judson Dance Theater, the early postmodern dance movement that was happening in New York, kind of was revived for a lot of artists, especially artists, actually choreographers in France, and it became a kind of beacon that people could look to kind of advance the contemporary dance, because this history had kind of been forgotten. But in my research, I began to realize that even in the looking at this history, there was another history that had happened uptown in New York City that hadn't been included in this history. So my work kind of became an imagining that what had happened if these two histories, this history that was kind of omitted and this history of early postmodern dance at Judson Church had actually come together. So that's what my work has been about for the last, let's say, 12 years.
Et donc Trajal, est-ce que tu peux nous parler donc, du projet sur lequel tu travailles aujourd'hui, pour lequel tu es en résidence ici à Angers?
The new project is a project actually which is not in this 20 Look series, but I think is still on a similar line to my work, which looks at the historical imagination. There have been many projects in the past, I'd say 10 years, where French choreographers have kind of, as I said, looked to the American contemporary dance history. And this project is perhaps the first one where an American choreographer will look to the French dance history. So I'm doing a project on Dominique Bagouet, looking at his history and his influences and his aesthetics, but I will do it all through the process of learning French. So the idea is that I will learn about Dominique Bagouet, but only through the actual way of also being educated in the French language. So through this procedure, a kind of problematization of history is created, because, of course, there's a limitation to what I can understand. There will be a limitation to what people can say to me, because they will have to speak to me, you know, according to what I'm able to comprehend. So it's a very challenging project, but I think it will produce something that I have no idea about. So that's really interesting to me. It looks like it will premiere in June 2014 at Montpellier Dance Festival. Of course, Montpellier, because of Dominique Bagouet, yes.